Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So an interesting thing just happened. I was nearly 13 minutes into filming a video for you guys, and somehow my phone dialed 911. I have no idea if I accidentally pressed a button on the side of my phone while I was adjusting it here. I don't know what happened, but it obviously cut the video off, and then it started dialing all my emergency contacts. And so luckily it didn't actually go through to 911, and everything was fine. But it was such a weird thing to happen. And so I feel as though the message coming through is that of, it's an SOS from the masculines. The masculines are definitely in this energy of recalibration. And with that recalibration comes, a lot of uncertainty. And I think maybe some old fears are surfacing, because I actually chose a different deck of cards just because I was guided to. I was using the Osho Zen Tarot, but then I switched to the Everyday Witch Tarot here. And I also have the Earth Magic and the Halloween Oracle. But what I wanted to say is that the clinging to the past card, the Five of Cups card, and then the outsider, the left out in the cold Five of Pentacles card came up. So I feel like, and that's when my phone dialed 911. But we also had new vision and transformation. So we had the Hanged Man energy and the Judgment card, which is beyond illusions. So I want to say that the masculines are moving beyond illusions. They're in this sort of... They're in this Hanged Man energy, but Hanged Man energy, it looks like they're standing still to the feminines, but what's actually happening is they're actually being propelled back, like a bow and arrow. They're being shot backwards so they can shoot forwards with even greater speed, greater precision, greater accuracy, greater passion, and greater strength. So it looks as though nothing is happening, and I feel like the masculines really, really, really need to get this message across. The masculines are saying, I know it looks like nothing is happening. I know maybe you've lost hope, and I know it sort of looks and feels like I'm just sort of sitting here doing nothing, that I'm not an active participant in this connection. But what the masculines are trying to convey to the feminines is that that is absolutely not the case. They are 1000% dedicated, and they really, really need the feminines to know what's happening, because I do feel like many feminines have sort of given up in a sense. And the masculines are a lot closer than you realize. So if you haven't watched the video from earlier today, go check that out, please. It helps support the channel. Please give it a like, a share, comment, subscribe. This video too. Guys, the fastest way to help me grow the channel and grow our community here is to just share videos, to like, to comment, share, subscribe. All of those things greatly assist with us building our community and creating this safe haven and this safe space for feminines and masculines both. Masculines are welcomed here. We do have some. They're mainly quiet, but they are here, and so they are to be respected. If they are not respected on this page, they are deleted and blocked. I do not tolerate any disrespecting of the masculine energy, okay? You're allowed to be upset. You're allowed to even be angry. You're allowed to be heartbroken, but you are not allowed to disrespect the masculine energy, because I just don't tolerate it. It exists within you. I love and respect my masculine dearly, and if you're disrespecting your physical masculine, you're also disrespecting your inner masculine, so you're actually disrespecting yourself. It's not an act of self-love. So just that being said, if you are new to the channel, you are absolutely welcome here. We are a family, we are a community, but I just want to let you know that that will not be tolerated, because it is tolerated on other channels. I do not tolerate that here at all. Okay, so what do we have here? Wow, guys! I see why they wanted me to switch decks. Okay. We have the energy here of the Star and the Fool. And look, we have 17, the number 17 again. Right, the Fool energy. There is this energy, and I wonder if you guys can feel it. If you guys can feel that new, fresh energy, let me know. Part of that is the clearing out that the Aries full moon did yesterday, or 2 days ago on the 1st. And part of that is just the energy of us ushering in a new month, and we're going to be switching astrological signs from Libra into Scorpio this month. The two Scorpio full moons, the two full moons in October, The first one being in Aries on October 1st, the second one being in Taurus on October 31st. And then, of course, next month we usher in the Scorpio new moon on the 15th, as well as lots and lots of other really, really exciting astrological lineups and changes. Mercury retrograde, Saturn just went direct. We have the mashup of Saturn and Jupiter happening December. So a lot of planetary energies are afoot right now and are very powerful and are affecting the energy of unions, are affecting the energy for the collective, are affecting your energy, your counterpart's energy, and your union energy. But when we see the full, the energy of getting ready to step out onto the stage of the unknown, right? The energy of the great unknown. The star card over here represents wishing on a star and represents the magic that is literally in the palm of your hands. This is the energy of newness, the energy, with a full moon, we're closing something out, we're closing cycles out, and we then usher in the new moon energy. So we'll have a new moon in Libra coming up here in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. And then that will be the energy of balance. That will be the energy of, redemption, of judgment, of justice being brought in to the world and being brought in a major way into your connection. I know what it looks like still for a lot of people. There might be movement in the physical. There might be minimal movement. It looks like nothing is happening. It looks like there's just a giant pause. Maybe it looks like nothing has happened this year, but I'm telling you that the 3D is an illusion. And just because your masculine hasn't come forward and spoken the truth, even if you are in connection or communication, even if you are seeing each other regularly, does not mean that things haven't changed. It's just that they've actually been held back for quite some time, but that door is now opening. And as that door opens, that door to communication will open. The door to, moving forward is opening. They are no longer going to feel that energetic hold, right? They've been in sort of this energetic holding space of the yellow light. It's not the red light, it's not the green light, it's the yellow light. So it looked to the feminine like it was a red light, like everything had stopped, communication had stopped, or the connection had stopped it growing, that nothing was happening, nothing was shifting, nothing was evolving, nothing was going on in their lives, nothing was changing. In reality, everything's been changing for the masculine, and it's been a really hard pill for the masculine to swallow. They can no longer accept or tolerate the things that they used to. And through all of this, you have been their guiding light. You have been their true north. You have been the one that they've looked up to. And they're saying, we know it's not easy. We know it was not something that you always enjoy doing, Divine Feminine, but they're thanking you for being the person that they could always count on. They've cried to you. They've definitely spoken to you in the 3D, in the 5D. They've spoken to you in dreams. They've come to you in dreams, and they're just thanking you. They're very grateful right now for the presence that you have been in their life. Okay. Energies for the feminines, please. Energies for the feminines. Five of Cups. Interesting, because in the last reading I did, this actually came up for the masculines. So Five of Cups, this is the energy of, it's not being able to see, feminines, it's not being able to see the amazing things that are coming to you, the amazing future that lies ahead. It's like you're looking at those 3 cups that have spilled over, right? You're looking at the past, you're looking at the disappointments, the frustration, but you're not able to see the cups that are behind you that are full to the brim, full to the top with magic and possibility and love and connection and abundance. And it's like a lot of you are just focused on everything that hasn't come to fruition yet in capital letters. Just because it hasn't come to fruition yet doesn't mean it's not coming to fruition. And then for the feminines, there's also this energy of, it's like a lot of you have sort of resigned yourself to this energy of like, there's, because the 4 of Pentacles came out too. So a lot of you have sort of resigned yourself to this energy that there's just not enough. Like, it's the fear of not having enough. It's like holding on. It's kind of like an energy of hoarding. There's an energy of hoarding your masculine's love, or like hoarding, just hanging on, like clinging. There's an energy of clinginess to this. You know, because it's a Pentacles card, typically indicates worrying about security and money, but I'm actually seeing it as the feminine's less worried about security and money at this time, because a lot of you are really feeling the abundance right now, especially as Saturn goes direct, depending on where Saturn is in your chart right now. But it's more of like the feminine having scarcity or lack thinking in terms of her masculine's love, in terms of in the 3D, the masculine showing up with his or her love in the 3D, and you not be, it's like you wanting to sit on the chest of the past or the memories and holding on to that because you feel like that's all you're going to have. So feminines are a bit whimsical right now. Feminines are definitely in this energy of kind of woe is me. So there's been a shift because the masculines are very much in this energy of just wanting that fresh start, like actually feeling excited for the first time in a long time for this fresh start. The masculines are wanting to go on a grand adventure. They're very fired up. They're very passionate about this fresh start. Okay. They're passionate about, they don't know where the path is going to take them, but they know it's going to take them somewhere good. They're trusting. I mean, look, he's got on like his new suit, right? His new tights. I don't see the masculines wearing tights necessarily, but hey, more power to you, man, or feminine, more power to you. Striped tights. Someone's going to send me a picture of their masculine in a pair of striped tights and I'm going to love it. But look at the path that's laid out for them. It's a fall day. It's an autumn day. We're in fall here in the Northern Hemisphere. And it's like everything is coming up roses. He's got his little animal friends with him. He's got his little knapsack. He's got his broom. He's got his hat. He's got food. He's got clothes. He's got everything he needs. You know, clothes in his back, clothes in his bag. He's got everything he needs to go on this adventure. And it's like nothing is holding the masculine back right now. The masculine is excited for these new beginnings. There might be a bit of trepidation. You can see just a tiny bit of trepidation or fear, a little bit of intimidation, but there's more inspiration and passion than there is fear at this moment. So really love that energy. It's a very spirited energy, and it reminds me of like a little boy, like a 10-year-old, 12-year-old little boy going on an adventure. So the masculines are feeling this very just excited energy right now. And they are absolutely seeing the feminine through very passionate eyes, the Queen of Wands energy. So they're seeing the feminine sitting over here. It's funny because you're seeing things so differently right now than how the masculine is seeing things. The masculine is seeing things through a very beautiful pair of eyes. The masculine is seeing you as this queen of, you know, queen of the world, like as a goddess, as, you know, he's seeing you just he's seeing you rocking your life. He's seeing you as a strong, independent woman. He's seeing you, he knows that you're not just an ordinary woman. Okay. He knows this. He knows that you're magic, he actually knows that you're full of magic. And the Queen of Wands is not the Queen of Cups. So she's not necessarily as nurturing or loving, right, or compassionate as the Queen of Cups. She's tough. She's kind and she's tough at the same time. Okay, she doesn't let anyone mess with her. She doesn't let anyone tell her she can't do something or she can't accomplish something. She doesn't let anyone take away her independence or ferocity, right, her ferociousness for living. And she's very productive. She gets things done. And she supports growth and change in anyone and everyone around her. So she is the queen that wants everyone to be the best possible version of themselves. And the masculine says, you know, he's up for the challenge. I mean, the page is meeting the queen, right? So the page will become the knight, will become the queen, will become the king. So he's saying, I'm well on my way to becoming the person, the man, or the woman that you need me to be. So feminines, more energy for the feminines. One more card, please, Spirit. Wow, feminines. There's some funky energy tonight going on for the feminines. 3 of Swords, broken-hearted, feeling like you've been deceived. Okay, so for the feminines that are watching this, either you've just come out of this cycle. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Many of you have just come out of this cycle, but some of you are entering this cycle or going through this cycle at this time. There's going to be 3 different groups. For those of you who are coming out of this cycle, have come out on the other side, please assist those who are going through it now because it was really painful. I've just come out of it myself. Is this feeling like your masculine is never coming back, this feeling like this is never meant to happen. This was a cruel joke from the universe that This feeling like this maybe wasn't as a destined connection, that maybe you made this up in your head. This feeling like the masculine is never going to leave the karmic. This feeling like the masculine has forgotten about you. This feeling like the universe has forgotten about you. It's a very dark and fearful place to be. You know, it's like the empty bed, and like you want that warmth of your masculine next to you, and nobody else will do, but they're not there. So understand, feminine. I mean, look, 4 of Pentacles, like 5 of Cups and 3 of Swords. Wow. Feminines, there's a lot of energy here. And I have to show you what's on the bottom for the feminines. The energy of the 8 of Swords, okay? The energy of being blindfolded from being able to see what's ahead. Being able to see. It's almost like some of you, your intuition has been blinded or cut off. Or again, you're just coming out of that. And I hope the majority of you have already come out of that. This Aries full moon hit really hard for the twins. But it opened the door to transformation. It opened the door to the possibility of seeing things differently. And it actually blew up a bunch of shit. Like a bunch of shit actually self-destructed with the Aries full moon, including some of these negative thoughts. So I'm going to clarify and see exactly why these energies are coming up for the feminines. Because, I mean, this is not just one card. This is all 4 cards that are they're challenging. It's challenging aspects for the feminine. So I'd like to find out exactly why this is happening for the feminine. Let's get cards for union, Spirit. Yeah, feminines, it's like you're blind. It's like you've blindfolded yourself. You can't see the good. You're only focusing on... You're focusing on just the 3D and everything that's in front of you, and you're focusing on the lack. You're not focusing on what's to come. Union energy is Ace of Wands. I mean, look, we just talked about, right, the fire, right, the Aries full moon, which is a fire card. The Wands is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So yeah, I mean, if you notice this, look at this card for a minute and study this card. Look at the transformation that's happening in this card. Look at the power that's in this card. And tell me what you see, because I see this energy of this person who is kind of in awe of her own power. So it's like, look at all the energy look at what she's able to summon up there. Look at look at the gifts that are coming into her life. I mean, look at what she's created. This is not, the fire of destruction. This is the fire of creation. She's got a paintbrush. She's got, I don't know what the heck that is, music notes. She's got a book. She's got a feather, right? Or a pen. She's got all of these things. It's like the creation, the tapestry of creation. Look at the energy coming in for these unions. There's so much potential. There's success, right? There's creativity coming in. You're being asked to grab hold of it right now, twins. If there is a possibility or potentiality, you're being asked to grab and hold on to it now. Embrace that inner fire. Embrace that inner passion, because amazing things are on the way. So there's a promise. There's a promise of what's to come. And I feel like this is a lot more for the feminine than for the masculine, because you can manifest, your strengths. You can challenge your strengths. How do you want them to come in, and what do you want to come in right now? Twins, what do you want to bring into your connection? Yeah, 7 of Pentacles says, Ace of Wands is a very fast moving energy. It's a card of action. 7 of Pentacles is the card. It's saying, look, it's okay. If you haven't seen this come up in your 3D yet, if it hasn't occurred yet, it's okay, because it's happening. It's the energy of things are happening behind the scenes. Don't focus on those 3 cups. Focus on those 2 cups. Nourish those 2 cups and watch as things blossom. Watch as things come to fruition. Just don't focus on what is not yet in front of you, because the more we focus on lack, the more we focus on what we don't have, the more the universe brings in, it will show us lack. So this is about sort of like stepping back. I feel like this is the feminine's energy. This is the masculine's energy. Like the masculine's like, whoa, look at all my powers. I'm magical and shit. And the feminine's over here like, la-di-da-di-da. I'm just going to pretend like I'm not affected. And I'm just going to sit here and wait. I'm going to be patient. But inside she's burning, she's burning. She's got all these energies going on. For a lot of you, I'm hearing you want to tell your masculine off. You're pissed. So find a way to, I don't know who this is for, but find a way. You're pissed that you have to wait. You're pissed that nothing's happened yet. But what you don't know is the masculine's over here doing all kinds of fun shit and creating all kinds of shit in his life. And he's like, I am magical and shit. I'm magical as fuck. And the feminine's just like, I don't see it. I don't feel it. I don't hear it. So, you know, I don't believe it. I'm just over here. And you're focused on the old version of him. You're focused on that version that had an expiration date that no longer exists. When you both speak and come together, truly, not just this, you know, not just like little bits and pieces here and there of conversation, but when you actually sit down and have that conversation and start to come into union, what you're going to find is that you're both not the same people that you were. You're both very different people now. So the masculine's trying to show the feminist. I mean, look at all these cards the masculine has. He is magical. And there's an energy here of the union of creating through the ashes, skull of flowers. So this is the resurrection of this is the resurrection of the connection. This is the resurrection of the masculine. He's waking up. He's waking up from a deep slumber that he's been in the majority of this year. And there's a resurrecting of the love. There's a resurrecting of the feelings. There's, you know, I feel like he was able to, or tried to rather, turn his feelings off for quite some time. And turn his feelings off to the connection. And he's not able to do that anymore. Now he wants to create again. He wants to come back into your life. He wants to knock on your door and say, are you still there? Do you still want to create with me? Because I want to create. I know that we had to sort of implode the connection that we had in order to create a new one. Like, I know we had to start fresh. And look what we have on the bottom of the card, the death card. The eternal cycle begins here. So death and rebirth. This is the Scorpio card. So Scorpio energy coming through very loud and clear here. So yeah, look at this. Creating through the ashes and then death. The eternal cycle begins here. It's the cycle of death and rebirth. So very much the energy in these unions is that this hasn't died. This is a rebirth. Okay. If the death card appears, there's always a rebirth. There's always a resurrection. There's always a reinvention of what we're talking about. And because these are the union energies, the unions are being resurrected. It's like they're being birthed from the dead. So if you thought your connection was dead in the water, if you thought your masculine was never coming back, if you thought they forgot all about you, spirit is coming through very loud and clear and saying, absolutely not. Get ready, because something is about to be reborn. The communication is about to be reborn. The connection is about to be reborn. If you haven't seen your masculine this whole year in quite some time, Spirit's saying that's about to change. Everything is about to shift and change. And Spirit wants to know, are you ready? Are you ready? Or are you, can you believe that this is happening? So something had to fall away in order for something to start again. There's great power in these two cards. Great power in something dying. Great power in the death card, because this is about celebrating a new beginning. You can't have a new beginning unless you have something fall away first. It's just the way it has to happen. It's just the way it is. There is this certainty that's really coming through these cards. This certainty of, sort of like this resting period, and then this sort of aha moment, like, look at how magical I am. Look at what I can create. The feminine energy, the masculine energy, the union energy coming in. And this is about realizing that we are now at like point zero in these connections, where we get to start all over again. It's going to feel in a sense like you're starting over, like you're meeting each other for the first time. But what you're going to find very interesting is that your facial structure has started to really resemble your masculines. Even if it did before, more so. You're going to be able to look at each other and see yourself in the other person's face. And they're seeing the same thing. They're experiencing the same thing. Your voice, my voice has gotten a couple decibels deeper. I mean, it's much deeper than it was at the beginning of this year, or even a few months ago. And I remember I got a Reiki session from a Reiki master, and she said, your voice is going to get deeper. Don't be alarmed. And I said, oh, yeah, okay. I'm sort of like a non-believer until it happens. And I like see it. I have to see it to believe it. It's the Virgo in me. And so all the Virgo energy, I'm not a Virgo sun, by the way, I'm a Scorpio sun. But I had to sort of experience it in order to believe it. And now I hear my voice, and it's much deeper than it was. And you can listen to past videos where you'll notice my voice is a lot deeper. So that happens as you grow and become, and you step into the powers of a healer more and more. So it is the voice of a healer. And it's actually a more feminine aspect than a squeaky voice. It's just that, you know, the world and society has said that, oh, you have to have a squeaky voice, you know, to be feminine. But that's not the case at all. So if your voice has changed, if your facial structure has changed, if you see your masculine when you look into your own eyes, just understand that that's all part and parcel of the process. You are merging with your masculine. This is a soul merging that's happening at this time. It's very powerful. It's very potent. So this is about, you know, the phoenix rising energy, you know, Scorpio representing death and rebirth, transformation, but it's more than that. It's the energy of success and coming in, because it's a skull of flowers, it's about coming into full bloom. And it's coming into full bloom through any adversity that's been brought in, you know, in the way of the masculine or the feminine. Why is this happening? Stay. You guys know that I'm like OCD about my cards. So any adversity that's brought your way has only fueled the fire for both of you to come back together. Oh, throw an obstacle my way, fine. I'll make sure that it gets, you know, blown up. Throw another obstacle my way, I can maneuver around it, no problem. The twins are not giving up on each other. Your masculine has not given up on you, regardless of what it may look like, feminines. So let's get a card for the feminines, and then we'll get a card from the Halloween Oracle here for the masculines. Card for the feminines. Feminines, you're doing some work at night, okay? You're doing some work in the midnight hour. I go ahead and just do this. Feminines are doing some work in the midnight hour, because look what we have here. We have midnight, the most magical hour of all. The hour of transformation. So many of you are experiencing insomnia. Many of you are experiencing, and if you do get to sleep, you sleep a couple hours and then you've been waking up and sort of just being wide awake. So you're experiencing the energies of being awake at specific times. You may be waking up at, 3 o'clock in the morning, or you may be waking up just at the same time every day. This is happening for a reason. Maybe you're to journal at that time. Maybe you're receiving downloads. Maybe you're receiving light code integrations. Maybe your masculine is awake and trying to speak with you. For a lot of the feminines, you're actually taking on the schedules of your masculine. That's been real fun for me, because my masculine's a morning person and I'm not. I'm a night person. So I imagine it's also been hellish for him, because I stay up at all hours of the night. I'm a Halloween baby and he likes to get up early. So I think, again, the soul merging, we're becoming each other. And it's been interesting. So powerful things are happening and shifting at the nighttime. So you're definitely in the midnight hour. You're probably feeling more energized, more revitalized, more awake than ever before. There's a reason for that. It's a soul merging, and it's also all of the changes that are occurring in your body and in your cells and in your DNA. We have the lamp for the masculines, remembrance. So, the feminines have been the light for the masculines. The masculines asked us to leave the light on so that they could find their way home. And the feminine has done so. This is the masculine saying, I remember you. I remember you. I have not forgotten you. I remember the love. I remember the journey. I remember what we signed up for before we came into this incarnation. I remember my promise to you. I remember my heart. I remember you from past lifetimes. I remember what you feel like, what you taste like, what you smell like. I remember your voice. I remember the way you kiss me. I remember everything. So there's a glow in the masculine's heart right now that is getting stronger and stronger. It's burning brighter and brighter, and forevermore for the feminine. It's not something that's going to go away anytime soon. This light is on from the masculines to the feminines. So there is definitely some gratitude that I've been feeling just intuitively coming in from the masculines, thanking the feminines for not giving up on them when there was nothing in the 3D to prove the masculines' devotion. The feminines, they didn't see any devotion, but they felt the devotion, they felt the love in their heart. Then the masculines are absolutely finding their way back, and it's through the love in the feminine's heart that the masculine's able to keep that light on for himself. So let's finish up the reading, guys, going over to the Earth Magic deck, and let's get some union energy. Oh, guys. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. I wasn't prepared for all of these, but look. Effortless, promise, compassion, nurturing, and unfoldment. Look at this. Look at these energies. Let me just sit with this for a minute because I wasn't prepared for that. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, oh, wow. The masculines are feeling the nurturing. They're starting to see the light, and they're starting to realize that life loves them, that God loves them, that the universe loves them, that they're a child of God. They're starting to remember, not their remembrance not only of the feminine, but remembrance that they are a child of God, and that they are here with a purpose, a divine mission, that their life matters, that they matter. So they're taking back their self-worth, and I feel that really strongly in my heart. Like my heart is bursting open right now as I say that. So masculines, you are loved, you matter, your feminine is devoted to you unconditionally, eternally, and you have never been forgotten. So even though the feminine feels like she's been forgotten, it's the masculine actually who feels like he has been forgotten by life. Like life just forgot about him and forgot. So he wasn't allowed to be happy. He wasn't allowed to be fulfilled. He wasn't allowed to feel love. But he's being nurtured at this time. So life is nurturing the masculines, and there's an unfoldment happening here, and it's actually effortless. This is what's beautiful. It's an effortless. It's like water. It's like a waterfall, and I'm being told that some of you need to visit a waterfall to receive this blessing from Mother Gaia, to receive light codes that are going to come in through the light, through the waterfall. So that's a message for a specific few of you. And lotus flower indicates, there's a blossoming, there's an opening. The lotus flower blooms in the mud, or grows in the mud, and then blooms and opens up, and just she opens herself to life. So the masculine's really starting, and the feminine as well, as life starts to, we transition to a new normal and things start to open up more and more in the world. Travel starts to open up so that the feminine and masculine can see one another again if you're living in different states or cities or continents or countries, whatever. Things are starting to unfold, and it's effortless. It doesn't feel like the resistance that was there before. That resistance, those obstacles are being demolished. The resistance and obstacles are no longer there. So there's been a huge shift, guys, just over the past few days in the energies and these connections, and it's for the better. And look at this. Look at this. There's the promise. Just I think 2 days ago in one of the readings, you'll have to check it out. You're going to make you watch all of them. There was the first card that came up from the masculines to the feminines was the promise. Okay, it was the promise of union in another deck. But it was some divine masculine card. It was, the promise. I promise you union. I promise you I'm coming back. I promise you that this has not all been for nothing. You are not forsaken. You are not forgotten by the universe. You are not forgotten. You're part of the original 144,000. You are a soldier of Archangel Michael. We have not forgotten about you. You didn't just come here. This wasn't a cruel joke from the universe. And you didn't just come here to experience this love and then have it taken away and just be forgotten about while everyone else got their happily ever after wish. That's not how this works. The universe does not want you to suffer or be in pain. The universe wants you to learn lessons. The universe knows that you're a soldier and a warrior, but the universe wants to deliver to you your true love and your true partner. And through that, the universe asks that you be a servant of God and that you be a servant of the universe, that you be a servant of the divine, and that you assist in the great awakening for Mother Earth. And you say, yes, of course, I will dutifully. So there's this promise to each other. There's this promise to the divine, this promise to God, or whomever, your higher power is. There's this promise to the world and to humanity that, I will not forsake you. I will not forsake my destiny. And both twins are feeling this very strongly, this pull to one another. And there's love and compassion between the counterparts. There's a deep love and compassion. You're reaching for each other's hand. You're reaching out for each other, in the great unknown, in the great divide, in the physical distance. And you're saying, I have compassion for what you've been through. So the masculine knows the feminine's been through a lot, to hold that torch, to keep that light on for him. And the feminine's acknowledging the masculine hasn't had it easy either. He's had to dismantle a lot of things in his physical 3D world that has been very painful for him. So both of you are just holding space and compassion for one another. But the things that are going to unfold here are so very beautiful, and it's going to feel effortless. The resistance is gone. Okay, any forces that wanted to keep twins apart, that resistance is gone, and everything is going to unfold beautifully, and you're going to bloom. Your union is going to bloom, and everything is falling into place. I'm sending you guys so much love, so much power, so much strength, and so much just self-worth, compassion for self, compassion for this whole entire journey. And me and Serafina Aurora wish you a beautiful Saturday. We will see you tomorrow on Sunday, and we so look forward to serving you. Have a beautiful, blessed day.